C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T radio podcast. I said C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T cutthroat radio podcast. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T radio podcast. C-U-T-T-H-O-A-T cutthroat radio podcast. Y'all already know what it is. Boo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo, doo-doo. Buddha. Hey, check this out, man. You know, life is grand. Life is good. We make it what it is. We try to be better. We try to be great. We try to be successful at whatever we do in life. And so here I am, being great at what I do, staying positive, staying motivated, and staying in y'all face just to bring the updates and announcements for right now. Going through my list, Valentine's Day is approaching. So I got medicated goodies if you want to get spark up the romance a little bit more, and you want to be relaxed, and you want to feel good, you want to do the bumpity bump with your mate. Are you good day, mate? Or hello, love? If you want to, vice versa on that. I got some night-night bars available. I got the slab for you, the Slabby Boo Boo. It's 36 bars at $10 a pop. We can do some discounts. You can have it fully loaded, and that'll be the $10 at 36 bars at $10 a pop. That's $360 there on the slab if you want it fully loaded. If you don't want it fully loaded, you just want it dipped in chocolate, either white chocolate, raspberry chocolate, or a milk chocolate. And it'll just be the bar and the infused bar and the infused chocolate. Then you could get it that way, or you could just have it just the slab with no chocolate, no dip, no nothing, and then that'd be a lot cheaper, because then you could do your own thing. You could put your own twist on there or whatever the case may be. When you putting your own twist on there, it won't be infused, because I don't give you the butter to do it yourself. I don't give you the tincture to do it yourself. I don't do any of that. You could buy, purchase, yes, all that stuff, and then do whatever. But I won't just give it to you as a package deal. It's sold separately. And so that's that for Valentine's Day. And I'll cook Valentine's Day dinner if you want a Valentine's Day dinner, stuff like that. Definitely there. We're going to talk about it. We're going to really get into that, because I continue to try to push that, because I know a lot of people want the Valentine's Day ambiance, don't want to go to the restaurant, don't want to be in traffic, don't want to do all that. Well, I'll bring that to you. Let me come to your house. I know you don't want me at your house. That's fine. I can actually cook it somewhere else or at my house and then transport. But it'd be better if you would allow me to come into your house, you and your significant other, whether that be male or female, or female and female. I'm not even going to deal with the male and male. No disrespect to that. But I would come in and I would do the chef thing that I do, and I would make it more than what it is at home. Because, at home, it's just, you're at home, you relax, you chill. You're not finna put all of that. You're not going to do all of that. Well, that's what the chef is there for. So I'm going to make sure your table is nice and set, romantic and all of that, while you have a little drink or some wine, or you smoke, or whatever the case may be, whatever. Again, we're going to get into that conversation. We're going to talk about the Valentine's Day perks. A black man was shot. First off, he's an amputee. He has no legs from the knee on down, and so he's an amputee, both legs. And the police shot him 8 times in the back. We're going to talk about that. I want to get further into that, because I got some things I want to say regarding the situation. And I feel like the police, in a sense, kind of was protecting themselves. But we're going to talk about it, and I want to hear y'all opinion and y'all thoughts. The second spy balloon spotted over the United States. It's an egg out there. People think it's an egg, or that's the reason why the shortage on eggs and all this other stuff. That's a funny ass joke, but no, that's not the reason why we're shortage on eggs. Eggs, and that's the second balloon. I didn't even see the first balloon, and so I'm gonna definitely do some research. We're gonna talk about that right there. More on Tyre Nichols and more on the murder of Tyre Nichols. We're gonna talk about that. It's 2 cops. Their names keep coming up, so we're gonna dabble into that. Mac Bash detail. My brother Mac Bash passed away about 5 years ago, somewhere right there on that 5-year mark, 6-year mark. His brother my brother, OD, we call him ODB, but Brandon Wright, he inspired from his brother's timely demise, and the things that Bash was doing as far as what, you know, he kind of was starting a detail business. And so, Brandon just took that to the next level, and named it Mac Bash Detailing, in remembrance, for his brother. And so that is his car right here. I'm gonna pull it up close. So if you want to, this April, I'm thinking March, going out of February, going into March, I'm thinking he'll be ready to go with the detail right there. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to get into that as well, because he started that business a year ago, and he's been rocking and rolling ever since. But the weather changed, and, you know, when it's cold, you know, a nigga ain't going to be out there washing them motherfucking cars, scrubbing all of that, you know, all in the cold. So the weather's picking up. It's going to get cool or warmer outside. And once it starts getting warmer and things like that, you will be able to hit up Mac Bash and do that. We're going to talk about it. Interviews for Cutthroat Radio Podcast. I know everybody was like, Cuddy, where is the podcast? Where's the interviews? And all of this and all of that. And then, you know, people, you know, whatever. I'm here. Still here. Nowhere. Didn't go nowhere. Didn't take anything down. Just, again, I have a personal life, and I have to make sure I'm sustainable personally, so that way I can be a better host, and that way I can bring the interviews to you. And I was going through some financial issues because I transitioned from one job to another. Y'all know how I bounce around in the industry. But Aramark had hired me back in October, and so I was dealing with the, you know, background check for Sacramento and all of that stuff, and we didn't. And then we went on the Sacramento State went on break, so it just, I had to figure something out until we got the ball rolling over here again, and that's where I was at with it. So now I'm kind of like, okay, I got my schedule. I know how I'm going to be rolling this. I know how I'm going to get people in here. We will be rocking on Wednesdays and Thursdays. Not this month. Going into February, we're going to start kicking off the interviews. We're going to talk about that. I have a lawn and yard service that I'm starting up. I feel like it's a necessity, it's a need, and I can start doing it just before spring hit. I just want to get going, just to get my feet wet and get that aspect going, because I think it's real lucrative to be able to go to people's homes and prune and do some horticulture and you know, yard work, lawn service, things of that nature. We're going to talk about all of that. New music and videos coming soon. We're going to definitely talk about all of that, because I kind of took a break. Again, I have financial issues. I had to, you know, step away real fast and grit and grind and get my bag together again and figure that part out. And now I could, you know, relax, Musa, and come in here and be the Cutthroat Radio Podcast host that I'm normally, without any of the extra thoughts of my personal life. Leaving Cali for good. That's been a big thing for me. Definitely gonna talk about that. Going back up to Valentine's Day, and it's approaching. Valentine's Day is approaching. If you're looking to spend money and want a romantic time with your significant other, and you don't want to be all in the street with the riffraff and all of that, you can book me. I'll come to your house. I'll do a you buy, I fry type of slogan there. And what you could do is you buy all of your stuff. I'll come up with about 3 or 4 different menus that you could choose, variations that you could choose from. And that way you could say, yeah, I want the steak and potato, the surf and turf thing. I want the smoked, roasted, whatever. I want the this. I want the that. You know, you could pick whatever variation you want. I'll write about 4 or 5 of them, whatever. And then you pick your menu. Boom. Now, none of that will be infused. Nope. None of that will be infused. You ain't got to worry. I won't use no tincture, no butter, no oil, nothing like that, unless requested, but that's an additional charge. Again, unless requested, that's an additional charge. But I won't infuse none of your Valentine's Day food. What I will do is I got slabs for $360. That's $10 for each bar. That's 36 bars in each slab. If you want a night bar slab, that's $360 fully loaded. That means the bar is infused, both chocolates are infused. If I dip them and have the different effect of one chocolate on top and the other, so they meet in the middle, and it'll be, you know, as far as the chocolate. And then the cream cheese on top of that, that'll be infused. And then the crumble that I put on, that's infused because it's the corners and when I do the cuts and it's the shake and the bust down, blah, 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 blah. And so you'll get the whole entire full effect of the night bar, which you'll be like this. Moment of silence. Tyre. Right? And so, that I can come to your house and do the dinner. Who is that? Keitha? Yeah, good morning. Good morning, good morning. Everybody on the thing, Quiz, Michael, Garmin, everybody, good morning. Quiz now, good morning, everybody, good morning. My congestion is almost over. I've been on my heavily medicated with my NyQuil, DayQuil, because, you know, that little, I hate when my nose get all stuffy like that. And so, like I said, I hope everybody having had an awesome week and enjoying their weekend now. Yeah, my fucking team ain't going to the Super Bowl and all of that. We're going to talk about that too. Because I know y'all want me to, you know, address that, and I didn't really get a chance to get my energy out on that. But anyway, so the night bars, the slabs are available. Or you can individually buy 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, whatever you want to do. However you want to do it. Of course, when I make the slab, I'll cut all the bars. I'll get them all done. And then I'll just put them in like a to-go container, and you deal with them from there. Again, the dinner is so separate. So if you want a dinner, a Valentine's Day dinner, and you don't want to go to the restaurant, you don't want to be in traffic, you don't want to pay for gas, you don't want to do any of that, well, allow me to come to your house and do that myself. What I could do is, I could do the day before, day of, no biggie. Couple of days before, I could do all the prep, and then all you got to do, I'll put it in simplified terms. So all you have to do is fire off the food into the oven, or maybe turn on the gas and cook it over the stove real fast. And then boom, you and your dinner, your date, or your significant other, or your wife, or your fuck buddy, or whatever the case may be, will have, good morning, cousin. I see you on there, Teddy. Good morning. Good morning. And so that's kind of what I'm doing for Valentine's Day. And I kind of been doing that, on and off. It just depends on, you know, my work schedule, and if I can get to it and do all of that. Here's another situation. I'm just going to pull my hat to the back just so I can show my face a little bit. Here's another situation. I'm having again. So the dinner. Oh, I didn't even give you the price. That's what, let me slow down. The dinner for two, because it's Valentine's Day. So it's a boy and a girl, or girl, however that go. A dinner for Valentine's Day for the two. And I really can't give you a price because it's really based off of, well, because you buying your own ingredients. So I could say a flat rate of $200, but it just depends on how much you want going on. But I will start off at a flat rate of $200 to be able to $100 an hour to bang it. You know, that's what I'm saying. I really can't give you a flat rate. It's really based on, I'm doing it hourly. So let's say I work 4 hours. That's $400. You know, that's $400. And I want my $400. Like, you can give me 2 up front and 2 completion, however you want to do the deposit thing. That's fine. But the meal itself, you're going to pay for that. All you're doing is paying for my labor. So if I'm there for 4 hours to do from setup to dishes, man, I want to be compensated for that time. I don't want to be cheated. And so that's why I'm saying, like, you want the surf and turf, you know, bacon wrapped asparagus, you want au gratin potatoes, you want risotto, you want some type of seafood platter, you know, you want the steak and potato by itself, no surf and turf. You want the pork loin, you want the rack of lamb, like, all depending on your ingredients and depending on the prep and depending on from start to finish. You know, you're looking somewhere anywhere from starting at $200 to $400 to $500 for a dinner. For me to come to your house and do the whole display, and you gotta, you know, again, that's not coming out of my pocket. That's all, you know, you buy our fry model, and so you buy it all. I'll set it all up for you, nice and neat, and do all the whole thing, and you pay because you're paying for my labor. Night bars, again, that's so separate. If you want that, you can also have that attached to it. Again, that's so separate. The bars are, each are $10 a bar, depending on how many slabs you buy, depending on if I like you or not. I could run, and then depending on if you get fully loaded or semi-loaded or plain Jane, depending on that, the cost of vary. So I'm willing to work deals. I'm not gonna cheat you or anything like that. I'm willing to work deals. What's up, Unc? I see you on the, online. Let's go into my second thing here. I want to talk about a black man from Huntington Beach being shot in the back 8 times by 2 officers. Now, it's a video on YouTube going around showing that the black man, he actually stabbed they don't show the graphics of him stabbing somebody, but alleged that he had stabbed somebody. That's why they were called. He had a machete, long as Jason Voorhees. Yes, he did. And he was amputated. Now the man is amputated, running away from the police. Here's my problem with the police. Now, you fear for your life. I get all of that because he just stabbed somebody. The man is stabbed. So the police at that point have to use an amount of force to detain. We all aware of this. We all could agree to this. Now, here's the situation with the Rose. They shot him 8 times in the back. I don't think 8 times in the back would have did it. I don't think, who is that? Hold on. Why people gotta park by my car? People always gotta park by my car. I don't think that he should have been shot 8 times in the back. No, I think that's, again, they're gonna get, they already, here's the thing. They already fired the 2, or relieved the 2 officers. Fire, relieve, whatever. So, it's gonna be an investigation, turn affair, whatever. I think that the family will win some type of lawsuit because it was just too excessive. To detain, to stop him, whatever. You could have tripped him. I don't know. You could have hit him. Like, you could have used your nightstick and knocked the weapon or the knife out of the hands of this amputated guy. He was running for his life well, he wasn't really running for his life because he just stabbed somebody. And I think the police came, well, they did come, and they did a little bit more than just detain. They actually shot him 8 times. Both officers was relieved, taken off duty. Anthony Lowy, the amputated guy, is his name, the suspect's name. And again, he lost both of his legs. He was running away from the police with the knife in his hand. And just something right there of running away from the police with the knife in his hand. But he had already stabbed somebody. So I kind of get what the police was trying to do. Just, 1 or 2 shots, maybe. 8 times. That's you were looking to kill him. That's excessive force. You're only supposed to use excessive force to control and to detain, and then once the suspect or the guy is detained or the woman is detained or whatever is detained, then you handcuffs, all that stuff. But you got to go through the procedures. You got pepper spray, you got the nightstick, you got all of that stuff, but you go straight to 8 times. So 4 shots from this person and 4 shots from that officer, and led to his demise. Unfortunately, he did not live. Unfortunately, the amputated guy did not live. And so the mother is on all these outlets screaming at the top of her lungs. She's really upset. Fire the cops. I want blood. I want justice. Yada, yada, yada. All of that stuff. But I think the information will come out and unfold about what led up to the timely demise of Anthony Lowy. I just think that they use excessive force right there. That's my thing on there. But they had a right to use the force because of the fact that he had already stabbed another person. So I get why they used the excessive force. It just went a little bit past detaining, if you will. China. Now, I don't know what's going on with China. I really don't. I haven't did any research behind this. I seen this the other day, and I thought it was just like a balloon or something like that about, this spy balloon. They call it a spy balloon. So China's released a second balloon has been spotted over the U.S., the United States. It's an intelligence ball, is what from what my little research I did get. They call it an intelligence ball. And so like, what are they doing? Are we at war? Are we getting ready to go to war with China? Is something going on with China that we don't know? What's going on with Biden and them?